And welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it's a lovely Friday afternoon. We got Formula One ahead of us this weekend, and I promised a lot of people I was going to do some fish fingers for kids and for families at home. So I've been out, got myself set up. So if you look down here, I've got some seasoned flour, which is just flour with salt and pepper. You can put some other seasoning if you want. You can always touch it, taste it, make sure everything has got enough flavour to it. So that's going to be what you're going to dip your fish in. This is just one egg, and I've got some of Susie's soy milk, and I've just whisked that up. And I've got some plain breadcrumbs, which I got from Lidl, which is one of their boxes. Plain breadcrumbs, so it won't be the dark one rather than the yellow. You can use fresh. If you've got some stale white bread at home, cut all the crust off it and run it through a food processor until you get fine breadcrumbs, and that'll work just as well. And then you can put your fish in that. So right, I've been Costco the other day. I've got myself some cod, and I've taken some chunky bits off. I'm going to use for
fingers.
No, chunky bits I've taken off. I'm going to do for fish and chips for later on videos. So I've got the chunky bits there, and they do some really nice fresh cod at Costco, and I'm going to use that for fish and chips. And I'll leave the skinnier end of the fish. I'm going to turn that into fish fingers. So you've got a fillet with no skin on, and I'm just going to cut a chunky cod. I'll get 3 out of that one. This one like that. You see, chunky fingers like that. That was a bit small. One there. Doesn't matter. You can cut them a bit smaller or bigger required, but there's enough fish there. So got my cod down there. And I put a little bit of seasoning on it.
I love the way you do it.
A little bit of
Makes
salt.
me so excited.
Whoop. Drop it into my seasoned flour. I worked some the other week, I couldn't believe it, and they thought they could just dip the fish or the chicken in egg and then put it in crumbs. I said, well, how do you expect it to stick? It's just going to fall.
Oh my God, so they
It's
didn't
just
put it in the
going to fall.
flour?
They didn't put any flour on it, no.
That
it won't
sounds
stick.
like it won't stick without the flour. Even I
It
know
won't
that.
stick without the flour.
Yeah, even I know that, and I'm not a chef.
Yeah.
You have to put the flour on, forget the egg and the breadcrumbs to
Yeah,
stick.
exactly.
It's like the binding agent, isn't it?
It is, holds it all together. So this is what the little people and the little fingers can do at home.
This
They can
is
help
good.
you out.
Make sure, children, you wash your hands.
Yeah, I washed mine before I started because I'd been up and down outside in the garden. There we go. There we go. I'll put a bit of foil down. That's another cheap tip for families. Put something underneath this because it's easier to pick it up and throw it in the bin, or pet
So if you're
parchment.
making a mess.
Yeah, it does. Hell.
There we go. Good.
You can work, two of you here. One of them works dirty, as we say when we're working as a chef. Somebody does all the touching of the crappy rubbishy bits, and then the other person who's got the nice job of just touching the dry things like this, and they'll keep their fingers sort of clean to some degree. And hey presto,
Right, well,
you end up with a breadcrumbed fish for your fish fingers,
nice.
like so. Voila. Back on the foil. It makes it easier. Put it into a bigger container. Well, I wasn't making many. I thought I'd just use bowls. Voila. And straight after this video, I'm going to be doing the fish and chips. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a traditional English triple cooked chip, which is the most best chip in the world. It's super soft in the middle and really crunchy on the outside. Much better. It takes a little bit of work, but it is the results from it are amazing. If you like crunchy, super soft, velvety soft chips, and then crunchy on the outside, this is the way to do it. There we go. Last bit of
I'm so impressed with this new phone.
Oh.
I'm so pleased I changed it.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
Apple, for finally getting it right.
Yeah, the other one was nervous.
Mm.
I can't believe those people where you worked didn't realise that you had to put it in the flour.
No,
Did you not tell them?
I did.
Was it too late by then?
Yeah, well, they had to redo it. They couldn't think. Whoa.
Yeah, it's a bit silly because you need the flour to bind the.
Well, you need the flour to obviously for the egg to stick to the fish, and then with the egg on, that will stick to the breadcrumb on the outside. And hey presto. And you can use panko crumb as well if you want, you know, the Chinese crumb.
Oh,
That
yeah.
works equally as well. It's like sort of crispy, different batter, different sort of like outer coating on it. But, and as you said, you can use fresh as well. I used a commercial plain dry breadcrumb, which works equally as well.
Also, can I just point out that Lidl's actually do a gluten-free breadcrumb as well, so
Do
you
they?
can get that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Not that I do much cooking with the gluten-frees.
No, they look really fabulous. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. They look
Yeah,
really
so
good.
that's it. Little people can help you do that.
That's good, isn't it?
And they're good for, you know, you can do it for parties, or you can just do it for little people dinners, you know, it's all good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take my little fryer, keeps on going. Oh, it's almost there. Oh,
Let's go and have a walk up to the.
pop
Oh, you
them
can
in-
see that sizzle.
pop them into the basket.
That's lovely fish, isn't it?
Nice big chunky cod. And that'll make wicked fish fingers.
I tell you what, there's nothing
Far
like
better
home.
than the ones you'll get from Mr. Bird's Eye.
Oh no. There's nothing like home cooking, is there?
No. I think you were talking to Gordon the other night about the situation about eating, and that'll take probably about 4 to 5 minutes to cook. It's the cost of going out and eating a burger or something. It's going to cost you, I know, to get. He said I think he was charging $80 for one of his premium burgers, but to be perfectly honest, I think I could feed a whole family for $80 and make it fresh.
You could do, yeah.
Myself, really. Nothing against it. If people want to go out and so forth and eat, and I like going out to
Yeah,
eat as
okay.
well. But it sounds like I've just over the last couple of years since COVID, I think I'd rather stay in and cook my own food and have. I think sometimes the quality it's fresher. Sometimes
Not
you know where it's been, and so forth. I think it's just overall a nicer experience. The heavenly fish is all bubbling away.
I think sometimes it's nice to have a home cooked meal with a glass of wine, isn't it, at home?
Yeah, because you don't have to go out and worry about having to drive and all that sort of situation.
Yeah.
So, and as you say, bubbling away, crackling away. And I'll put my beer batter fish and chips in there in a while.
Real batter's good, isn't it, for chips?
Yeah. And then just do the cod until it comes to a
Where I
nice golden
went
brown.
to cheaper today, I had my hair done.
Yeah.
The chip shop, they do beer batter chips, fish and chips now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only way to eat it, really. And to serve with that, I go ketchup or Mary Rose sauce, which is just mayonnaise and tomato ketchup mixed together. And maybe you can put a bit of Worcester sauce in it if
Yeah,
you want, and so
parsley if
forth.
you wanted to.
Keep it fairly simple for kids because if they
Yeah.
like it. Tartar sauce is just going to be capers, gherkin, chopped up. A little bit of chopped parsley if you've got in your garden or so forth. A little bit of chop that one into a bowl with a squeeze of lemon juice possibly, and add mayonnaise straight into it. A touch of red onion, finely diced and chopped up. Mixed together. Hey presto, that's what tartar sauce is all about. And I think my fish is on the floor. Voila.
They look incredible. Okay,
Yeah.
leave them to cool.
I did what, huh?
They look good, don't they?
Mm.
I've just got a message from one of them.
Who?
This is funny. Somebody said, when is Susie going to do some cooking?
Oh, that's very soon, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get to do some risotto.
Oh, God, that would be... Ew. That would maybe, yes. I'd have a go at that. I would have a go. That cloth is clean, by the way.
Yeah, I just come out of my cupboard.
Yeah, no.
I haven't got any kitchen paper in at the moment. There we go. Fish and chips. You can put it into a nice bowl, a little dish.
Fish
Just
fingers.
beat it out, or you're going to be party with friends and so forth. You're going to stack them.
It's like that game, isn't it? What's that game?
Jenga.
Jenga.
You can Jenga them up, put a pot in there, and hey presto, fish and chips. Little sprinkle of salt on the top there, and that's it. So enjoy, have a go. Send us your comments and take a few pictures if you want to attach them. Be great. Let us know how you're getting on. So like, subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you back on the channel real soon. And ciao for now. And welcome back to the channel. So I was waiting for the go there. It was a bit vague. So welcome back to the channel. As I said, it's Fish on Friday today, and we've already done the fish tenders for the little ones. And now we're going to do, for the family or adults, we're going to do triple cooked chips, and we're going to do fish in batter, cod in batter. So I'm going to do it all myself. Got my chips all cut, so I've picked out my chunkiest, biggest potatoes. So I'm going to square them off a little bit to take some of them. I mean, you don't want to waste too much. Just need to square them up a little bit.
Squaring potatoes.
See, those are all I'm going to waste is that. But in a restaurant, I could put it into squares, but I'm not going to waste the potato. Cut the potato in half. I could be better than that, really. So I don't waste it too much. And come up with some chunky square chips, such as those. There we go. And now what we'll do is pan of water on to boil, salted water, and drop these in for cook. So what we want to do is bring them up to boil, turn it down to a simmer, and slowly cook it for about 60 minutes so it's just cooked. You don't want them falling apart, but you want them soft. And then you take them out, lay them onto a tray, and the trick in after that is to chill them down a bit and get them cold. You can pop them into the freezer on the tray, or you can put them into your big refrigerator and let them cool down, or if you've got loads of time you can just leave them out for a couple of hours and let them go to room temperature. But as long as they're cold, and then the second stage after that is you cook them in a medium oil.
Sorry, someone's just sent me a really funny message.
Sorry?
Someone's just texted me, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Then you put them into oil and fry them on their first cook, and so you seal the outside and make them crispy-ish, but you're basically making sure it's thoroughly cooked all the way through. And then you take them out of the oil, raise the temperature right back up to about 180 with the usual cooking temperature. And the last but least, you drop them in to give them the final crisp off. And once they're done, they will come up to super crispy on the outside, soft in the middle. Yeah. So that's where we are a minute. Come back and see us shortly. These have just gone in. They'll be about 16 minutes. Then we'll cool them down, and then we'll do the next two stages as well. So come back for now. If you've got any comments or anything, leave a message down below, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Ciao for now. Back. My chips are all done. I had them literally, they took 14 minutes in salted water, just simmering. You don't want them rolling, boil too much, otherwise they'll all fall apart. You've got a couple have fallen apart, but the majority of them kept thing. The trick is obviously to take them out and then chill them down afterwards. Put into a freezer, a fridge or whatever until they're chilled. And then they're completely soft and cooked in the middle. And the trick is now we want to crispen them up in the fryer on the first stage of the cooking. So we'll drop them into my little fryer.
That's such a cute fryer, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you not want to not overfill it?
I don't really know, but I thought it's only us, so I thought I'll try and get as many as I can, because I'm going to have to refry it anyway.
Yeah.
And I've got the trick is to do this.
Do you cook them twice?
Twice. One at a lower setting, this is 145, 150. So I'm going to probably do that enough. As such, I'll drop that into the oil. And here it's going to crackle, crackle, crackle. So, and that's going to crispen up. And I'll probably do it about 12 minutes.
Okay. Look at that crackle, 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 ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So let's set a time on that.
That's a tea timer.
It is a tea timer, you're right. Be about 12 minutes. Now, let's have a look at fish. Got my
going to
cod
put
here,
it
which
down.
I've got from Costco. I've gone and patted it dry, and I've gone and taken most of the moisture out of it. I'm gonna give it a season up with some salt, and I'm gonna put some pepper on it.
That's the Peugeot pepper.
Yeah, the Peugeot pepper here. Bit of pepper. The trick is then to, I kept the seasoned flour from earlier. I've got some seasoned flour earlier, so that can then, I can drop into there. And this is obviously going to help my batter. It will stick to my cod. Okay. Like so.
We were just talking about our work stuff, and Peter was telling
And
me
stress.
and stress. And I tell you what, Peter went through most. Well, I've been through some stressful times, but geez,
Goes with the territory, really.
I couldn't do what Peter does, and Peter couldn't do what I do. But
No, that's
but
for
I'm
sure.
going to give Peter some media training so he can be super cool.
That's equal parts flour, self-raising flour, which is the one with the raising agent in it. You can use plain flour and probably put 2 teaspoons full of baking powder in it. But this is equal parts plain self-raising flour and corn flour. So that will make it slightly
What?
finer.
I'll ask you a
crispy.
question. Lots of people have asked me.
Yeah.
What is the trick to using fizzy water in a batter?
What it?
Fizzy water. People use fizzy water.
Oh, in a batter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it lighter.
Does it make it kind of tempura?
Yeah, certainly if you're making a tempura, but that's what you want to be using. Ice cube possibly in the batter mix, and
And of course, it's beer batter as well.
beer
isn't it?
batter. So I'm going to add some salt into this, and I'm going to put some beer into it. Excuse me, my dear. I'm going to go into the back of my fridge and find some Italian beer from one of your sponsors for the weekend. I'm going to use some beer.
Moretti.
Moretti, my favourite. I'm not a Peroni man. I prefer Moretti. So I've got some beer Moretti. Ideally, we'd use English beer. I've only got Moretti, and I put a little bit of yellow seed colouring in it while I'm using turmeric, and that'll just make the batter golden colour.
That's a good secret, isn't it? Good
Yeah.
trick.
Go. Let's see if I not make too much of a mess. Because I've only got a small bowl.
Oh, well. Just out of curiosity, why did you use a small bowl?
Because I've got a big one.
So the edge to the bishop. Boom, boom.
Yeah, boom, boom.
I thought we had a bigger bowl. What about the bigger bowl we used the other night?
Right.
The glass one.
Oh, that's too deep.
He's thinking about what I'm talking about. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, into a long week.
Oh.
Well, it certainly feels like it.
It does, yeah. It's been busy this week.
There we go.
Does it have to be that consistently, or are you going to
No,
make...
it's going to be thinner than that.
It's a bit
I'm
like
just trying to
pastry.
work it in. So I've still got half of the thing in there.
Do you drink whatever's left?
I think that's Chef's Perk.
Chef's tea.
Chef's Tea.
I didn't know this.
Please comment underneath whether he knows what Chef's Tea is.
Yeah, because when I first started doing catering many, many years ago, the chefs used to say to me, have you got any chef's tea? And I thought, what are they talking about, cup of tea? And then one of them explained to me what it was, and they've always got a few chef's teas under the counter for their sexual barter.
Yes,
Because it's a long walk home, isn't it, chef?
it is.
I remember Stevie Chern, who we're seeing later, he always used to say, well, it'd be rude not to take one for the road home, wouldn't it? Because it's a long walk home.
room not to, as Stevie was
It's
saying.
like, it's a long walk home. One for the road. Is that comforting doing that? Must be quite stress relieving.
It is quite comforting, in fact, It's not bad.
So then,
I think we're about there, The batter's
if
ready.
you know
yeah.
if you know what chef's tea is, please comment below.
Please comment below.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but please comment
I'm
below.
sure all my friends in kitchens everywhere will know what chef's tea is.
Is that sort of the thing that people say? Have you got a chef's tea?
In the old days, chefs used to get paid as part of their salary and stipend and so forth when they were working in really hot conditions. They used to get 2 or 3 small little tins of beer, and then at the end of service they could have a cold drink and so forth to quench their thirst after working really hard
I'm not
and
surprised.
sweating and so forth under a lot of pressure. And
Oh my
but they
god.
don't do it anymore. I think it's but they used to do that back in the day.
Chef's tea.
Chef's tea.
Oh.
There we go. I'll give you the consistency on that. I mean, that's just one bottle of beer and equal amounts of flour, probably about a cup of flour each. So there we go. That's ready to go into that. As soon as I've got my chips out, it's going to go for a bit longer. So come back and see us shortly, and we'll go for the next stage where we'll do the last of the chips, and then we'll put the fish in.
Okay.
That's it for now. Back. Now, next stage, I've got my chips, which have only been par cooked at the moment in oil on a low temperature, about 140, I think it was, something like that. Anyway, for about 12 minutes, and then they've got crispy. They're taking a lot of the moisture out of it, and they crispened up. The last stage is to put them in for a couple of minutes until they go really crispy, and then we'll serve them. The cod is ready to go into the batter. My batter's mixed, so I've had another drop in flour in it. I'm gonna drop it in my batter like that.
Well, it's like a fish shop, fish and chips.
Yeah, where's your dad? Bert's fish and chips. Oh shit, don't break.
Yeah, it's my dad's 89th birthday next weekend.
Yeah.
So we're going down to Dorset to celebrate his birthday.
Drop it in gently, but be careful, don't burn your fingers.
I just made a comment. It's not funny. It's quite funny. At Christmas time, Peter's mum and his brother's mother-in-law did the washing up, and it took them 2 hours to do it. And I think everyone should have a Keller, because Keller loves
Keller and Jean.
Keller and Jean, because Keller loves the misery.
What
of
a
it.
partnership.
It took them 2 hours to wash up. Well, they're lovely. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
Keller's going to be featuring on a few videos next week.
Whoops. Stick.
That's not my phone.
Excuse me.
Sorry, my love.
Let's get
If you've got any washing wrappers, speak to Keller. She likes the misery of it all.
Yeah, my mum was the only person, what ladies or whatever you think, my mother, from obviously Irish stock and immigrant over to the UK and so forth in the...
Last washing up?
when did she come over?
I don't know.
Must be in the early 60s, late 60s when she came over. Did her teaching and nursing school up in the Potteries. And she hates dishwashers because she feels you should enjoy the misery of washing up. So we boys bought her a dishwasher many years ago, and it sat there empty forever. It's never been used. So that's my mother for you.
She's funny.
Loves the washing up, but she loves the misery that goes with it.
Give her a few wines next
Give
week.
her a few wines.
She's a good pole dancer, isn't she? Back in the day.
Back in the day, my mum was pole dancing with the best of them in the Caribbean. All the locals in there, what the hell she was doing, spinning around on a pole
Oh,
in some Tobago bar, playing Bob Marley tunes, and my mother's had too many rum punches and she's doing some spins, doing her Jamie Lee Curtis special.
she's funny.
So I'm going to cook this probably for about 5 to 6 minutes. It will raise slightly, and you'll know if it's ready. It's cooked. It's coming up a lovely colour. Give it a little bit of cumin again. We'll make it a nice golden yellowy colour, which is sort of like fish batter we get in our fish and chip beer batter you get in a UK fish.
We're actually going to meet our plumber friend later, aren't you?
Yes, we're going to see Johnny the plumber,
And Steve the chef.
Steve the chef, and Steve the gardener now.
Steve the gardener now.
So we are 2 of my colleague friends of mine who are now ex-chefs and working in other
And
aspects.
so will you be soon, won't you?
Soon, yeah. But Johnny Johnny, I've got my secret weapon for the Easter eggs. I've got Johnny, who is a secret pastry chef who knows all about the chocolat.
So what we're going to do, we're going to pay Johnny lots of money and say, Johnny, make these three.
Oh, no, I do that. I want to get him to help out and give me some advice on the chocolat.
He's a chocolatier, isn't he, Johnny?
He's a chocolatier. Because he thought when his legs and his back was going bad once, he thought he'd give it all up and he was going to become a chocolatier and make some homemade chocolate from his garage.
In Arms Park.
In Arms Park. But anyway, so come back shortly and we'll show you the finished product. Right, welcome back. Final part of the fish and chips of this evening. And in fact, we've been watching all these videos. It's taken no more than an hour to knock this out from one end to the other, really. So it's having, if you've got more time to pre-prepare the chips, you can have them pre-done, and then even cook them the day before or the lunchtime, and then you can cook them in one. So this is the chips where I'm at the moment. I've got my chips have been cooked in slow in a medium temperature, about 135, something like that, sort of low temp, for about 12 minutes, so they get really crispy on the outside and take a lot of the moisture off. So the trick is now raise the temperature right up, 180, to do the final crisping, drop them in. So you want to finish them off, get a bit of crispness, and the cod is ready. Go on, give that a tap with your finger and see how crispy it is.
Oh yes, how...
Really crispy. So that's the cod, like that. I think it was in for about 6 minutes at 180 degrees, and
But you know that's cooked.
it's cooked. I know it's cooked, and you can pop it in the oven for a couple of minutes.
Do you remember Hell's Kitchen?
While you're waiting
they
for
were
the
cooking out the raw fish.
raw fish. Hey, Geordie became Fruit Loopy.
So would you?
Yeah, I would probably Fruit Loop as well. You know. Yeah. And what are we going to do the rest of the weekend? I think we got some sausage. No, what are they? Eggs in sausage.
So you mean
Scotch eggs. Scotch eggs. I know, something like that. I've forgotten. I was going to get some Scotch eggs, which I was going to show you to do, and we'll probably do that. And
I'm going to have a go at doing something maybe tomorrow if I feel a bit better.
Okay.
You can buy me something and I can do it maybe for dinner or something. Just have a
Right,
little go in the
okay.
afternoon. I had a bit of a sore time today, so I'm feeling a bit sore today.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a Guinness in a bit.
A Guinness. Oh, there you go. Joe will be really chuffed.
Well, it's just I'll have a little. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They look lovely.
There we go.
Big up the chips.
Big up the chips.
That is amazing.
And those are chunky chips. Super cooked. And
I love the way he does this.
huh?
I love the way you do this.
Why?
Makes
What
me
do I
so-
do?
It's just all chef. I'll just plonk it on a plate.
Oh no, well, I'll plonk some up. If I had a bit bigger, they'd stack a bit better. Like Jenga.
Why is it important to stack chips like that? I mean, people just.
Because any chef will tell you food looks better on a plate when it's got some height on it.
Does it?
Yeah. Much better.
I didn't know that.
So you want something with a height. No one likes, well, in the chef we say, no one's like ladies with small boobs. Everybody likes the high, big ones.
What do you say? A large rack.
Yes, it looks so much better. And, adieu.
Johnny,
It's the Frenchman there, it's the French they're calling already.
we'll have to go in a minute.
We'll have to go in a minute.
We'll have to go.
Oh yes, all done. See you, Johnny. Okay, 1 second. Hello, plumber.
Hello. I've been told you're coming tonight.
Yeah, we're coming over. We're just finishing the fish and chips and the video.
Fish and chips. My God, that's not getting very healthy.
Yeah, no, it's homemade fish and chips
Homemade fish and chips. Oh my goodness, you're good.
with crispy butter, crispy chips, everything.
Okay. I'm just because I just want to make sure we were in the right place.
Yes, I'll see you shortly.
Okay, man. Bye.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.
Only French plumber in
Ames Park.
in Ames Park, que Johnny the plumber. There, voilà.
Voila.
Voilà, un fish. I'm gonna put a bit of tartar sauce with it. Maybe if you had a slice of lemon, a little bit of lemon. Yeah, and that'll be your...
That looks amazing.
There we go.
There we go. Big up the fish and chips.
Fish and chips, homemade. Have a go yourself. Not difficult. 100 times better than you'll buy, for sure. I guarantee, once you've made your own fish and chips, you will not go back to store-bought. And it's not difficult to make. A quick one before I go, I was going to show you, this is my batter, which I use for the fish. Now, as you can see, that's the consistency. It's not too thick and it's not really, I'd say it's like a pancake batter, maybe a touch thicker. So you don't want it any thicker, really.
Could you use that to make pancakes?
Probably not, it's got salt in it.
Oh, yeah.
Too much salt. But anyway, I want you all to have a go. Everybody take some pictures, let how many you get on, and we look forward to you leaving a comment and so forth. Click the subscribe button, because the majority of the people watching our videos, you're not subscribed. It don't cost nothing, it just helps us along with the algorithm. So please subscribe to the channel, and we look forward to seeing you real soon. Ciao for now.